Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. I don't know how I'm sitting in front of you this morning. I am so exhausted, but I'm going to start y'all out with the positive vibes of the day. Today is Monday, y'all. Come on in, come on in. Let's get this day started. You know what I say? It's going to be a what?
Step one, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step two, get some good, some food in you. Step three, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step four, everybody just do your thing. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up,
Today's gonna be a good day. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do.
the aftermath of preparation.
Good morning, Hillbilly. Good morning, Reginaldo.
Circulation, one step
At a time.
Yeah, that's how you make it.
Set a goal.
You control and the steps you take them.
I try to pick one.
Thought, have some concentration.
And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Hey, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Hey, I'm tired as hell, y'all.
Good day.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
Today's gonna be a good day.
hey.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up,
Today's gonna be a good day.
life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason.
What?
Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high.
Other times I'm barely breathing, y'all.
But you always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo.
Negative thoughts,
It's a poison we ride.
hey.
Head full of thoughts, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swallow.
All the bad for the good.
In my head when I'm lost.
What? So I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive vibes are overtaken.
I got patience.
One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence. Afloat, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes. Hey.
I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation.
I live my life in my head.
Like a narration.
Don't expect greatness, do my best, man. I take it. Hey, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up.
Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good
Get
day.
your coffee, y'all. Come on
Today's
in.
gonna be a good
I know I'm tired. I know some of y'all
Today's
are
gonna be a
tired.
good
Hey.
day. Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Mm.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up. Today's gonna be a good day. Woo! Good morning, y'all. Coffee with Friends. It is Monday. How the hell was your weekend? I had the longest. My weekends and my days. Good morning, Georgie. Have been long lately. I mean, not long in the sense that I feel like I've had enough days on the weekend. I've had a lot of activities that I've been participating in, meeting people as an extension of my platform, as I talk to a lot of people on social media, right? And people support my platform, but, making an effort, right? Coffee with Friends on the Go is about making an effort to meet people, right? Support people that support me, meet them personally, get to know them, and continue to build a community, right? And so I just want to share with y'all the amazing feeling that I had this weekend and that I have overall with this platform and you guys. And the more that we plan stuff and the more that we do stuff together, it just makes me realize more and more that we are truly building something here, right? It's not just me. We all are building something here. I mean, Aquanda is under the weather. I see Juanita reaches out, on the post and wishes Aquanda well. There's a support system there. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate y'all. So my weekend was full. What did I do this weekend? Y'all know, well, Friday I chilled. I tried to stay in the house and rest on Friday, right? And that's what I did for the most part. And then Saturday, well, did I stay in the house and rest Friday? I'm trying to think now. Um, yeah, I think so. I think, hey, Pat, good morning. I think I stayed home Friday. I can't even keep up with myself anymore. Saturday, I got up, finished getting myself together for the train ride to Baltimore, right? Because then I had to start my trip to Baltimore to spend time with the Baltimore family and to go and support Johnny Leon Hill, who was in the play Rotten Apple, right? Now, let me tell you something, y'all. I want to thank y'all in lieu of Johnny, right? Because I know he's going to thank y'all himself, and he has thanked some of y'all, if not all of y'all already. Y'all are wonderful. Y'all are absolutely wonderful. All right. Cheryl Lee. Well, let me start out with this. Avia, who lives in Bowie, Maryland, came out and supported the play, right? Brandy, who lives in Owens Mills area of Maryland, which is an hour away from the venue. Not only did she come to the play, but she picked me up from the train station, which is 30 minutes from her house. Went and freshened up. We went to eat at Jerry's Seafood, and we had Jerry's Seafood is, oh no, let me back up because that's not how it happened. She picked me up from the train station. We went back to her house to freshen up and get dressed for the, yes, Hillbilly, I was coming back to that, to get dressed for the event, the play. Before we went to the play, we stopped and we got some food from Jerry's Seafood, which is in Bowie, right? And it's not far from the venue, and it was so good. We had these crab cake bombs. Baby, we couldn't even get the regular size crab cake bomb because it was this big. We got the baby bombs. They were good. I mean, no filler. And they put it on their menu, no fillers. All fucking crab meat, okay? All crab meat, no fillers. So thanks, shout out to Avia, who recommended Jerry's Seafood. All right, then we went to the venue. Avia came to the play. She lives in Bowie, and she came out and supported the play. Cheryl Lee. Now, Cheryl Lee, I have to emphasize on Cheryl Lee because Cheryl Lee, she didn't even go to the play on Saturday. Okay? Cheryl Lee bought her ticket to go to the play on Sunday because she wanted to see Johnny perform. Okay? And so, but what Cheryl Lee did was Cheryl Lee pulled up at the venue. Well, she called me and she says, I'm going to pull up at the venue, hang with y'all for a little bit. Then I'm going to hang around at the mall and come back and hang out with y'all some more because I'm not seeing the play till Sunday. It didn't matter, right? Cheryl Lee, we went and saw the play. Cheryl Lee came back. She came inside. She hung out with us. She took the pictures with us. We mingled with Mr. Ogilvy. Yep. Monique, you chased that man around. He stood still for us, right? Mr. Ogilvy. We, of course, it was just amazing, right? It was really, really amazing. So I just want to say that let me see something. What is, I keep forgetting the lady who played Margaret. What's her name? What is her name? Nola. Okay, here it is. All right, so Nalo Merriman. We didn't get to meet Nalo Merriman, and we didn't get to meet Vanessa Simmons. They left early, right after the play, right? But Cheryl Lee came in, and Johnny Leon Hill, even though he wasn't in the show Saturday, he was up on stage. Okay. And after the performance, he made sure that we had personal time with Darren Henson, Dorian Wilson, Michael Michael J. Patterson. Michael J. Patterson from a different looks like Anthony Mackie to me, right? Not in his picture on the cup, the flyer for Rotten Apple, but in the play from a distance, he looked like Anthony Mackie. We got to meet Paul Jerry. That Paul Jerry, he looked like a little baby kid. He was hilarious. He's got some movies that are in Tubi. I don't remember the name of them, but I'm gonna look up his name. Paul Jerry. Paul Jerry. He has two movies. He has one that's already out on Amazon Prime and on Tubi. And he told us that he has another one coming out, or it might be out already. So look up his name, Paul Jerry. He's the young guy that was in the play. Then we didn't get to meet Deanna Lyons. That was the little girl who played the 13-year-old. Walter Maxfield Jones. Now, Walter Maxfield Jones, good morning, Johnny Leon Hill. Walter Maxfield Jones, what are he playing? Because he looked familiar. He had a lot of swag. We got to take pictures with them. And then Johnny Leon Hill. So as you can see, the backdrop this morning is dedicated to our weekend activities, the Rotten Apple, where we were able to come together and take pictures and celebrate. And again, Johnny made sure that we got the VIP experience. We got up and close. Even Barry Battle, the gentleman who wrote the play, he even said to me, "Oh my God, I thought you were coming tomorrow." And I was like, "Barry, I have to work." If I didn't have to work, I would have did the Sunday performance, because had I fucking known Johnny was playing the lead role, I missed it. But I'm glad that I was there to support the event nonetheless. And so we had a great time. I just want to fucking say that. And if anybody saw my pictures from yesterday, Sunday, I came back home. Brandy and I, after we hung out at this club Aroma, can I just say, y'all be partying like that in Bowie? It was a whole big old lounge bar pop. They were jamming in there. I'm going to tell you, it was about 75% Africans. I didn't know that many, the African culture was that prevalent in the Maryland area. And some of them African men were yummy. They were. You know, and when they see something they want, they come for you. See, they didn't want me. They didn't come for me. That the one guy chased Avia out the door because him and his wife wanted Avia. I was like, oh, Avia was almost a sister wife. Okay, y'all know Avia is this one right here. Look right up. That's our travel. That's our Coffee with Friends travel agent. Okay. All right. So we had a really, really good time. And I want to say, Johnny, I said it in the Discord, but I can't emphasize enough that I felt safe with you. Like I was in a club environment. You know, we were there just ladies, and Johnny was the only guy with us, right? And so, but I felt safe. Like, you know, I turned around, I'm drinking my drink. I'm trying to dance at the same time, but Johnny never took his eye off our drinks. Then, you know, y'all know how I talk about wings all the time, right? Johnny ordered wings. We had wings. I had a great time, and I'm dancing. I didn't have to worry about the wings. He made sure nobody breathed over the wings. Nobody coughed over the wings. He was just a safe place. All right. He was. And so we had a great time. We danced. We celebrated. I had so much fun too, Johnny. Yes. And you were dancing. You were two-stepping. Johnny was busting the move. We had a great time, y'all. All right. And so this not going to be our last hoo-ha-ha. We got plenty more hoo-ha-has to plan and plenty more things to support each other in. And so I just want to say I had a great weekend. Then I got on a train on Sunday morning. Brandy, I felt like I closed my eyes and woke back up. Brandy got me to the train station on time. I got on my train. I get home at about 12. As I'm coming home, I text my girlfriend, Nakia, and I said, Nakia, I don't think I'm going to make brunch because by the time I get home and shower, and I'm not going to want to get on the bus and come into the city, right? And she knew I wasn't driving. I don't give a fuck. She was like, bitch, I'm picking you up. She came here to pick me up and drove my ass to the city where we hung out at Skinny Cantina on the west side, New York City, 133rd Street and 11th, between 11th and 12th Avenue, right? We had a great time. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But this is what supporting each other and building a community looks like. I'm not saying it makes you tired all the time, but in this tiredness that I'm feeling, there's nothing but joy. There's nothing but joy. So again, congratulations, Johnny Leon Hill, on your performance and continued growth in this space. And we will be there to support you along your journey for many, many more. And this is not only for Johnny, this is for everyone on here. I will do the best that I can to support you in the way that I can. How about that? All right. And so with that, I just want to say I had a great weekend and I'm really exhausted, but I'm here, y'all. I'm the fuck here. Now let's get with the show. Now, Hillbilly, I needed to check on you. We got so much stuff going on in our world that I didn't forget about your wife being in distress. How is your wife doing? I mean, how are you doing? I know as a man, you're trying to hold it together, but how is your wife doing? Is she still crying? Is she still mourning? I mean, I know she's still mourning. It's going to take a while, but hopefully she's not crying as much as she was. Thank you, Juanita. I appreciate that. Y'all, as you guys are popping in, give me the thumbs up on YouTube. I'm moving a little slow this morning because I'm really, really tired. But I'm still here. All right. I'm going to get it right, Professor Ogilvy. Hey, Professor Ogilvy. Okay. Yeah. So, Hillbilly, are you going to get her another cat? What are y'all going to do? I haven't had the guts to get another dog. And then I haven't had, after my two dogs passed away, I still am not ready. Like I'm still connected to my dogs and they've been gone about 4 years. You know, about 4 years. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Hey, Sam. Good morning, Mr. Archer. Johnny said, Raw Brandy, Avia, Cheryl are more beautiful in person. Oh, man. Thank you, Johnny. And even more beautiful in person. They were so supportive and they were great fun. See? I love it. You can't wait to hang with us again, right? All of us Coffee with Friends members, right? This is what this shit is about, right? When I be saying, playing that song, I'm building something, I really feel that shit. Like, I feel like, can I say, wait a minute, hold on, y'all. I got to get something. Wait a minute. I got to get something. I want to say that you guys on Coffee with Friends amaze me. And I had a conversation with my mother and I was like, Ma, let me tell you something. I am so touched by the people in Coffee with Friends. Okay. Because we are truly a community. We are truly a fucking community here. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning. Good morning, y'all. We are truly a community. When Johnny ordered the wings, he said, didn't you say on the show that you love wings? I was like, yeah, I did. I did. I felt like his wife in that moment, because y'all know I be like, that's my love language. I love wings. Okay. And they were good too. And then I couldn't eat them all. So I took some home and I left them in Brandy's refrigerator. But I'm just giving y'all examples of how you guys listen to me, right? Then when Cheryl Lee pulled up on Saturday, now remember, she wasn't going to the Saturday performance. She was going to Sunday performance. Cheryl Lee came bearing gifts. She listened things that I said on the show, right? She came with some sage. She said for me to burn in the house for some positive energy. And I love say, if you come to my house, I have candles. I have all different kinds of sage. I have incense. The ancestors live here. Okay, the ancestors truly live here. Then I pulled this out the bag. I said, Cheryl Lee, she says, now you can go hang on the beach and listen to music. She said, you said on the show that you didn't have a portable Bluetooth speaker that you could throw in your bag and carry with you and take. Good morning, Aquanda. I'm so glad you are here. You got to let us know how you're doing. So this is a portable Bluetooth speaker that Cheryl Lee got me so that I can listen to music and everything, right? And I love it. Like you can hang it up on a wall. You can listen. And it's heavy damn duty. And you can plug it into your phone. I love it. All right. I love it. Okay. This is what she gave me. But the most special, not that these two things are not special. This touched me. You see this little card right here? This part is not what touched me. I was grateful. But this part. It is handwritten. Handwritten. Now, when I be writing cards, I put, look, mine be like this. Thank you, Raw. Right? Thank you, Raw. But Cheryl Lee gave me a whole handwritten thank you, right? Note about what Coffee with Friends means. Okay? I love it. I did not realize that I touch people in a way that you give me a handwritten note thanking me for my platform. I appreciate that shit, y'all. So I want to say thank you. All right. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting me. And I hope that I'm doing the same for you guys. I honestly hope that I am doing the same thing for you guys. Now back to Aquanda. Aquanda, not the Hooskow. Hospital feels like prison child. Oh yes, she's been in the hospital. The right leg is still tight, but getting better. Okay, so Aquanda, when you say tight, what are they saying is causing it? Is it still an infection? They have you on antibiotics? Yes, we were worried. Hillbilly, I was texting her on the side. She does she goes live every now and again in the Raw group. And so she's been checking in. And yes, we were worried. I want to know what they're saying about the leg. It's tight. Is it still the infection? Are you on antibiotics? Do they know when you're going to be going home from the hospital? And what hospital are you in? Can you send us the details? Aquanda, can you tell us what hospital you're in? Like, what hospital? What room number? Where you at, girl? Let us know. Okay? All right, I'm going to get into reading the positive thought. There was a couple of things. What was I going to talk about today? I can't even remember now. There was a couple. Oh, okay. Do you know how long you're going to be there? You know how long you're going to be there, Quanda? Okay, you're on it. Oh, you don't know. Okay. All right. Good morning, Ghost. Good morning. All right, I'm going to go in and read the positive thought for today, and then we're going to get into the show. Oh my God, I have a strange week this week. I'm very nervous, y'all, because I'm about to take this weave out and lock my hair. I'm so fucking scared, y'all. Theo has been, talking my nerves down. Because I got to go through the ugly process of the locks, the beginning stages. And I'm not happy about that because I mean, I have a big afro full of hair, but you know what's going to happen. When they fucking put them lock shits in, I mean, they coil your hair, whatever the fuck, your hair is going to shrink up and I'm going to have these little baby cylinder coils or whatever the fuck I'm going to have. I don't know. I'm hoping that she can instant lock them so that it shaves off 9 months of the lock journey for me, because with the way that I work out, I know that my locks are going to unravel. I sweat like a beast in my scalp. And so she's probably going to have to interlock them and use the crochet tool to instant lock them. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, Georgie. And I'm going to have smaller parts. I don't want them too skinny, but I do want small parts because I like a full head of hair. I like big hair. So I still want my locks big, and I'm going to drive her crazy when I get there on Thursday. I have to take Thursday off because I know I'm going to drive her crazy because I want them interlocked, but I also want my ends out. I don't want my ends in. I don't want my ends. Eventually, my ends will lock over time, but I want to keep my ends out so that I have a curly end, which attributes to my hair being big. Yeah. So I started my Georgie. I actually could have started my own locks, but I'm being lazy. And I want my parts done right. But I started my son's locks. When he had locks, he cut them all off now. I started my son's locks. I started my granddaughter's locks. I started my mama's locks. And so I know how to start locks. But on my own head, I want to be able to get my parting right. I want good parting. Wait, what? Ghost, don't retwist your hair so often. It thins out your locks. You should go several months without. Well, let me not tell you how to do your locks because you got locks and I don't. But my mama had locks for years and years and years and years. This is the third time she cut her locks off. And my son had locks and my granddaughter has locks. And the one thing that I've learned over the years with them having locks and other people that I know is everybody wants their locks to look neat. So they go and they get it retwisted to keep the edges neat. But over time, okay, exactly, Georgie, 2 to 3 months, right? You shouldn't. There's people who go every month or every 6 weeks to get their locks retwisted. Locks are not really supposed to be. I know everybody want locks and they look neat and shit like that. Everybody want it to look neat and in place. You thin out the lock. It starts to get thin. It starts to pull, and then this part of your lock winds up being bigger than the edges. It thins them out. And so any loctician would tell you, do not retwist your hair so often. Also, when you get updos with your locks, do not get no tight ass updo where your scalp is being pulled because that damages your locks as well. Exactly, Georgie. That's how I am. I don't care about. Well, y'all see that I don't really like neat hair. I like big, wild hair. The wilder, the better for me. The only reason why I will tame my hair is when I go into the office, and I don't even tame my hair to do that anymore. I mean, literally, my boss, not my boss, but one of the other senior managers said to me, Robin, every time you turn your camera off, I'm jealous because my boss is bald and this other gentleman is bald. He said, you have so much hair on your head. And I'm like, yup. But wait till they see me next week and I got little locks. They're going to be like, what the fuck? Right, Georgie? You don't get styles, right? You just let them hang. Oh my God, Ghost, Ken, you don't like your locks? I love your locks. I love them. All right, AFC said I go every 6 weeks. I kept the hospital information up for Aquanda in case anybody lives in Chicago, wants to go visit Aquanda, send her a bouquet, a thank you note, or get well note, I mean. This is the hospital that Aquanda is in. Okay, AFC said I go every 6 weeks. My loctician said going every 3 weeks is the issue. Every 6 weeks? Mm-mm. I think that's too soon too. Juanita, when you had your locks, how often did you go for a retwist? Okay, Georgie, see, you know that about your hair. Juanita said it's best if you grow it out to a little afro. The new growth will be string. Exactly. Wait a minute, you said you flat ironed your wait, hold up. You flat ironed your dreads? But Georgie, you have mini locks or sister locks? Cause I be getting confused with the micro locks and the sister locks, cause they be looking similar. Locks can destroy your edges if you do a lot of updos and tight. Yes, that's what I heard. Right? And so for me, I'm never gonna pull my, first of all, even with a weave, the front of my hair and the back of my hair is always out. Okay. I don't fuck with my edges. I don't put my edges up. Okay. Second of all, when I do start getting styles with my locks, you see how I got these two braids in the front? I very rarely pull my hair, this piece back, because I don't like to pull tension on the front of my head. And so any lock style I get, they'll always be twist down in the front. And then maybe the rest of it will be up and maybe twist down in the back. I don't like my edges stressed. Okay. Everybody got the information for the hospital? If not, I will get it again later. These new age locticians will have y'all unraveling and falling out. Yup, y'all. Yup. Because I still think 6 weeks is early. But let me get my locks and let me stop talking mess, because Lord knows I don't know how I'm gonna act when I have my locks, right? But I'm gonna try not to get a retwist often. Okay. Georgie said, I have stepsister locks. I did them myself and they are much smaller than the most mini locks. Right. That's why I'm saying, Georgie, your locks almost look like sister locks. Right? Okay, Juanita. See, that's what I was told. Every 3 months. That's what I was told. I know stepsister locks is not a thing, Georgie. Oh, she don't like locks. Well, fancy, I'm getting locks. I'm getting me some. Oh, sometime 4 months, Juanita? That's a long time. Hey, Zen. So I know I got to read this positive thought, but before I get into this positive thought, I want to touch upon Zen real quick. All right. Zen, I was chatting back and forth with Zen. First of all, one, Zen had a scary incident happened to him, something similar to what Georgie had. And so I just want to say this, y'all, be careful out there. Zen, I'm telling your story because you told it publicly, so I'm telling it on here. Somebody rang his bell looking for a religious group or something that used to be in Zen's neighborhood, like around the back from where Zen lived, maybe on the other block behind him or whatever. And the place is not there anymore. But this guy came up on his bike based on Zen's story. I'm gonna put the guest link up there because what the fuck? A church. It was a church, right? He was looking for a church and he rang Zen's doorbell, and Zen posted on social media the picture of the Ring camera so we could see Zen talking to the guy. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. Like, Zen is literally outside talking to this guy. And I'm thinking to myself, the first thing I thought of was that movie Strangers, when that little bitch kept knocking on the door talking about, is Tamara home? Is Tamara home? And if y'all don't, Zen's, where Zen live, his block is very dark, like midnight. Okay. And so something could easily happen without neighbors knowing what the fuck is going on. And so I was like, oh my God, Zen, be careful. He was like, I know I am. Right. And then someone made a good suggestion for him to call the non-emergency police number and report that this person rang your bell. And in the event that this person comes back and something happens, you have notified the police and it's on record somewhere, which I think is a great idea, y'all. I never think to call the non-emergency number to report something, right? And so, good morning, Theo. Good morning, Valerie. Oh, behind you. And so I was really scared for Zen. And it reminded me what Georgie had gone through a year ago. It reminded me that shit, we just got to be fucking careful out here. All right. So Zen, I'm so glad. It was weird. I don't know what the guy was up to. He might not have been up to anything, but the mere fact that he left the bike at one point at the end of your driveway, I don't know. It was weird to me. So Zen, I just want to say, still be careful. And still, I think if you have not called the non-emergency number, you should. Because I be swearing people be trying to set people up for stuff. They scoping people out for something to happen in the future. You know, I don't know. I just be paranoid like that. Okay, so Zen, please keep your eyes open. I know you got protection in the house, but keep your eyes open, and maybe you should still report it just in case, you know, anything occurs. All right. And so I just wanted to say that. Oh, but let me not forget this. This is the part that I wanted to inject in here. So in my conversation with Zen, he was at the grocery store and at the fresh market and whatever, the bougie shit, right? And he was buying all these vegetables and shit. And I was like, damn. Then he got them home and he dumped them in his sink and he started to wash all the vegetables. And I said, that's a lot of vegetables. All these red peppers, all these green peppers, all this vegetables, all this shit. And I was like, damn, they eat healthy. I said, how you keep all your vegetables fresh? He says, well, this is only for the week. I was like, what? It was a bunch, y'all. It was a big pail of yams. It was a lot. He said he about to make dog food. What the fuck is the protein of the week that's going in with all this vegetable blend you making for your dogs? Chicken. Last week they had chicken thigh. This week what they have in breast. I fucking can't. He went shopping to cook for the dogs. See, I thought I was bougie with my dogs. See, nobody could talk. Here the fuck he come, cause no, he got to explain it for himself. I didn't even read the positive. Let me get this set up right, cause
girl. First off,
tell it right. Tell it right.
Where did I go? Why am I so?
I'm trying to find the right thing. There you go.
So I go to the farmer's market. So the picture I sent you was vegetables for the week. A lot of them were for the dogs, but a lot of them were also for us.
Okay.
I do make dog food because it's just better for them. It's actually, I give them eggplant, zucchini, squash, carrots, celery, sweet potato, regular potatoes, eggs, and I will pick some sort of protein. I did buy a cow or half a cow.
I was getting there. Go ahead, tell them.
So me and a couple of friends bought each half a cow that is all organic, grass fed, from down in South Jersey, close to the shore. And it came out to like $5.35 a pound, which is really, no, I'm sorry, it was cheaper than that. It was like $3 something a pound, which is super cheap for beef. Anywho, yeah. So this week,
I want you to go slow.
huh?
I want you to go. Thank you, Archer, because I need to make sure people are listening. He bought half a cow. His other friend bought the other half of the fucking cow.
Right.
Go ahead.
So, I forgot where I was.
His meat in his freezer lasts a year.
Oh yeah, because they butcher it, right? Like you buy the cow, they butcher it. They give you like huge tubes. I mean, they have to be at least 2.5 feet long, that are like about that thick. I'd say probably maybe 4 or 5 inches, like this way, of just ground beef, right? But then you get skirt steak, Delmonico's, whatever you can think of. They give you all the cuts. And they vacuum pack it, and it's frozen so that when you go pick it up, it's all ready, and it's delicious.
Well, it's not just for his pets, y'all. He does this to keep food in the house overall for all of them, for everyone. It's not just for his pets.
Yeah.
And it comes out cheaper. Zen wants his dogs to live forever. Well, you know what? I used to give my dogs, sometime I would cook for my dogs. I wasn't as committed as you are, Zen, but every now and again I used to give them, chicken, carrots, sometime I would put like a brown rice in there, depending on if, they were having stomach issues. That's good. Like if your dog has diarrhea, you give them, brown rice, chicken, stuff like that to help their stomach. But, I find that a lot more people are preparing home food for their animals now.
Did you see the oldest dog is in Portugal, I think, just turned 34.
What?
His family, I mean, they live like
34?
They live out in the country. The dog eats what they eat. So they have like a home where they grow their food, everything. And this dog eats all natural, all organic stuff, no kibble, no nothing. And he lived to be 34.
I believe it.
It's crazy.
That shit we be buying from the store ain't really no good.
No.
It really is no good. It really, really isn't. And that's why I'm really not ready for another pet, because, first of all, it's very emotional when you lose an animal. And so I'm still in mourning. I know some people would think that's ridiculous, but 4 years later, I don't know if I could call another dog another name right now. I'm still stuck on Mink and Jinx.
Girl, every time Eric goes to call Oliver or Brody, he's always calling Oliver Apollo, which was our first dog years ago.
See? That's how I know I'm going to be like that. It's ridiculous. And so it's very emotional. So I know that when I get another dog, because I'm going to get a little foo-foo dog anyway. And maybe depending on where I live, I might get one big dog, right? I got to dedicate to feed them good, because these animals get the same. You got to think about the way you feed yourself, because they get the same shit we get: kidney failure, liver disease, cancer, leukemia. They get the same shit. Lupus. The fuck? They get it all. Right? And you wind up paying to care for them through these illnesses when you could just pay up front and prepare their own food.
And sometimes it is the food that brings those things on.
Exactly. For us too, as humans.
Yeah. A lot of dog foods come from China. You have to keep that in mind.
So and they don't have an FDA.
No.
My girlfriend, you remember Nancy? Mm-hmm. Now, Nancy Ass is Chinese, but she black Chinese, right?
Love her.
Nancy used to be like, bitch, don't ever buy shit that's from China. Now her family born in China. She was born here. Hey,
There
Aquanda,
you
Hey,
go.
Wanda.
Am I too
how
far
are
away?
you doing?
Hey,
You said what?
baby.
How are you doing?
Still on lockdown.
But you look better.
I do.
Yeah, like your eyes were like a little droopy.
Yeah, it was hot that day last time y'all saw me.
Yeah,
You were probably tired too.
and tired. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
probably tired. Well, our FDA is suspect, but China don't have no FDA. And my girlfriend Nancy, she was like, I don't give a fuck. Don't buy shit from China. She said she wouldn't even take her kids to China. When her kids were young and her family go back to China, she'd be like, y'all ain't taking my kids and I ain't taking my kids. I will take my kids when they get older. She said, because in China, outside of the food, they snatch little kids and they decapitate them, like they cut their arm off of their leg and then put them out in the street
Mm-mm.
to beg for money. That's a thing in China. Now, this came from Nancy. She said, you don't take your kids, they will snatch up your kids. She said, China got a lot of little kids that they be sitting around begging for money. You know, people kidnap these kids and put them out there to collect money.
Uh,
They taking any 19-year-olds?
No, that's why she said, you know,
I'm
take
sorry.
a kid or
but
whatever.
why? You got one you want to give?
You want
Like,
to get rid of your son already? Didn't he just get free and we celebrated that?
Girl, man, it's a whole. Ooh, Lord.
All he had to do was keep his pee clean, right?
No, that's not even the issue. Like the day he was released, like he got the word, he was released the same day. I was going in a panic, and it's a lot been going on with that. It's a lot.
Is he still free?
Yeah, he's free. But he kind of disrespected the house. You know, he invited somebody over without my permission. He snuck somebody over. I was at work. I found that out through Andy, of course. But then he was trying to walk Yuki. I was like, why you can't get out the door? Because, you know, I always call to check in and stuff about the household. And he was like, there's somebody in the living room. I'm like, what you mean somebody in the living room? I hung up the phone and called my son. My son was like, I'm like, who do you have over? He was like, the neighbor. I'm like, try again. I know the neighbors for 11 years. He was like one of his buddies. He didn't have no place to stay. I'm like, so you decided to bring him over there so he can stay. And I was like, put your buddy on. I was like, hello? I'm like, yeah, y'all, you going to go. If he wants to go, that's on him. Bring him. He brought a beer to the house. My son's 19. I'm hearing smoking in the house and everything. And my son was like, who told you, Andy? I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that might cause problems with them.
And yeah, and I told him you cannot be there when I'm not there. So he's been in and out pretty much when I'm not there. I mean, when I'm there, he can be there. When I'm not there, he can't. And I've been getting backlash about it by certain people. And then he pissed off Andy because when I did get him permission, I gave my brother the keys and I was in here to let him in. I guess the window had a slit in it where Sasha is, my little cat. Um, I don't know who messed with the window. I know my brother didn't do it, so it had to have been my son. She was able to get out. He called me in a fit of rage. He does not play about those animals.
Oh Lord. So I mean, you don't need all this stress while you in the
No, I
hospital.
don't. No, I don't. I was like, and
So how old is your daughter?
my daughter?
You don't have a daughter, do you?
Yeah, she's
Oh yeah.
22.
She's 22. So can she help out in the situation while you're in the hospital? Can she deal with your son, her brother?
Well, there's more to that. Yeah, my son, he's a piece of work. My daughter's 10 minutes away. Stays with my mom. My mom's
I
currently,
remember that.
yeah, she's currently in Seattle. She'll be back tomorrow. Um, about the next day after he got out, that Saturday, he was over there trying to get a ride. I'm at work. I was like, well, tell him to walk home. It's only an hour walk. It's not bad. Um, for where I live. he was cussing my stepdad out and threatened to put harm to him. I'll put it like that.
So he got put out of your mama's house.
Yeah, my mom. Well, he never even got in the house. He was just like, "Can I use the phone?" My mom was working downstairs at her carrier job,
Mm.
and because he was like, she's working right now. She's downstairs. Um, she was like, he has to go. He messed that up. He threatened their lives, and I'm trying to get him into some independent living because my rest has been deprived. Like worrying about him coming in what time and this time and calling what time. He's burning his bridges.
Yeah.
I'm trying, and then I didn't tell you the other part. This is the kicker.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, there's more. Back around what was that? Labor Day. I'm doing a little side job at the ballpark. I'm getting a call from Dunkin' Donuts. He literally said Dunkin' Donuts on my phone. He called from there. I was like, because he didn't have a phone at the time. I was like, okay, so I called back. She let me talk to him. I'm trying to see where this Dunkin' Donuts at because he kept saying downtown. Normally downtown area codes are 312. It was a 773 area code. So I look into Google Maps, went into it all the way for that specific number. 773 is like 225. It was under Western, which is the Dunkin' Donuts is connected to a train station, which is called the Brown Line for us. So I was like, he was at the Dunkin' Donuts in the vicinity of the vape shop where that shit went down. With him
He
getting in
got
trouble.
arrested initially.
Yeah, and getting shot.
Wait, you said he got shot?
The vape shop, the guy was still in the building. I guess he thought, my son thought there was nobody in the building. And because a lot of those owners live in there or whatever, and he shot him.
He shot your son?
Yeah, in the leg. That's legal.
I know it's legal.
What? Oh my god.
It's a lie. This is a lie.
Rhonda,
Yeah, I left.
talking about
this is
this
how it
shit
all
like
started.
this
This
is
happened on
another
Easter
day in
night.
the life.
What do you say?
I said you're talking about this stuff like it's just another day in the life. This is beyond like what any
I was just
person-
wondering why the judge let him out. I'm sorry to say that. He needs more than just freedom.
But you wanted him out as well.
Yeah, I never want him in there.
Right.
He had his freedom. He had a job he was about to start, working at the movie theater. He has a full
So why
handler
can't he go
license.
get a job now instead of just hanging around? All these places are hiring because nobody wants to work. Why can't he go get a job now?
He can, but he needs to get his according to the probation officer, he needs 30 hours community service. I told him you can go to
He
a
can
hospital.
still do 30 hours community service and still have a job.
Right.
Yeah, well, he needs his diploma. That's one of the requirements.
You don't need a
Diploma or
diploma to
GED.
work at McDonald's. He could go there.
He has a full handler's license. He can go to any restaurant, anybody will hire him. He can go back to Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe that lady will hire him.
Exactly. So this is what I'm saying. Maybe you should tell him he needs to be looking for a job. Something to keep
He knows what to do.
Does he?
I told him
Obviously.
so much.
He does not know what to do. He has people in your house. He's in the area where he got shot before. He's not doing what he's supposed to do. This is where we as parents, we cannot assume because kids are 18 and 19 that for some magical reason when they went from 17 to 18 that they automatically became adults and they know what to do. I feel like we still have to guide them. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like my son didn't know what the fuck to do until he was in his late 20s. Like I was stressed the fuck out. And I constantly pounded on I constantly shadowed my son. I constantly pushed expectations on him and guided him. Like I couldn't rest. Like for me, I think that you need to be reinforcing, or you should just reinforce the fact that, listen, you need to go out and get a job. If you want to stay here, you need to go out and get a job. You need to be working. Then you need to go down to this church or something and get some hours of community service. You need to be doing all of that
Yeah,
before.
I told them like you go to any hospital, they always need what candy stripers, I guess what they still call them.
They still
No,
do that?
they could do. He could do
Well,
like
they always need
transport.
volunteers. I'm
He,
assuming.
he could do transport where he just takes
Yeah,
patients.
transport.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody need garbage taken out.
No.
I told him
How old is he, Aquanda? 18, 19?
19.
19.
19.
Um,
No, Aquanda, you need to. I still feel like age does not mean there's a level of maturity. I think
oh
that,
no, I know that.
yeah, you should just
I
constantly.
told him when I get out of here, we're gonna have a long talk, and if nothing else is said, I'm like, I can't keep talking. I gotta worry about my health.
Has he been to the hospital to see you?
No, I told him don't come.
Why?
He's been. See, you have to know Antonio, so
Okay.
yeah. I just told him I'll see him when I get back to the house.
Well, Quanda, I'm just going to say that I really fear for you and your health based on the amount of stress, both mentally and physically, of all the stuff that goes on in your life. And I really hope that you take your health seriously and start taking care of yourself and get rid of these people that are in your life that are adding to stress, not removing it from you. AKA your boyfriend who does nothing. I want the best for you because you deserve it.
Yeah, you deserve it, Aquanda. You do. You the bomb. You know that. Seriously.
You're a sweetheart. This world needs bright lights like you.
Yeah.
And please do not let these people dim your light.
That light, they may crash. No.
You know, like you're a survivor. Like we could see that, you're a caretaker. You're caretaking for everybody else, but who's taking care of you?
Right.
Right?
Can't pour.
Andy been up to the hospital to see you?
What happened?
Andy been to the hospital to see you?
He's supposed to come today. He's been working all weekend. Because visiting hours here are from 9 to 9, and he has to be at work at 3. And he get off at 11. It's too late.
So where is he from 9 to 3?
It's knocked out. Because I told him, like, I know how his sleep schedule is. He ain't coming up.
How old is Andy?
40.
40 years old, and he sleeps that much?
Yeah, he's diabetic. He kind of stays up late. It's hard for him to sleep.
And he's blaming that on diabetes?
No. He's been having a lot of health problems growing up. Over the years, he's asthmatic, mild asthma, because he doesn't really use a pump like that. Like I said, diabetes. He lost a whole ton of weight, but he still has the diabetes, in him.
Okay.
And I know he had gallbladder surgery when he was younger.
Okay.
Yeah, like he been in the hospital more than me.
I mean, I've had gallbladder surgery, and it made me better because now I didn't
like his whole
sick.
his other siblings had it too. Like his sisters had it too, and his brother had his appendix out. I was like, y'all stayed in the ER.
Those are all things that you could survive without. Your appendix, your gallbladder.
Right. These don't attribute to a bad sleep schedule.
He just sometimes has what's it called, insomnia.
Okay. Yeah, but he don't never have insomnia when you need him because he always sleeping.
Well, like I said, my daughter came up here with her boyfriend. Well, she's got to work today. She's on her way. So, who else came? My supervisor came. He was like, "Just take care of yourself. Don't worry about work." Oh yeah, that's another thing. The other job I was going to, I was gonna put my 2 weeks in. That would have been September 27th. The day I got into the hospital, I just told them, I called the main numbers like, look, we're just going to end it today. So I just got one job now.
Okay. That might help you too.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to keep saying, oh, this and that, and I can't. I'm not going to be there.
Right, because think about it. You're working 2 jobs. You're doing all of this, and your man's sleeping, and he working 1 job.
Right.
Yeah, and just the
No.
years, over the years and years, I've been kind of a workaholic, and
Listen,
it's taking a toll.
all them
Like I
people
said, the
not
real
living,
vacation I had was Mexico.
all them people living in your house, Quanda, they need to be paying rent.
Well,
Oh
Andy,
yeah, Andy pays rent. Yeah, he does that. He does. He has the I was gonna say the internet bill. Um, that's his bill. He helps me with the gas. Gas ain't really none because it's cooking gas.
yeah.
So it's like $35 a month,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and nobody
Yeah,
cooks.
remember he pays. That's why she needs to keep him there. He pays a portion of the bill.
um, but yeah, like until the meantime, my son's going to get some sort of income. Otherwise, they need to speed up the the independent living for him, and he'll be more. He likes to
What is
be
independent
more.
living?
Uh, I'm not familiar with it exactly. You may
It's
want to look it up.
sometimes like they incarcerate the.
No, it's like I guess when you're young, you can live on your own, so to speak. You have like a caseworker that helps you. He does have a caseworker.
Oh, so
Um,
that's some kind of benefit. I never heard of that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. They should have it everywhere. But yeah, I
New
don't know
Jersey
too
don't
much
have
about
shit.
it.
New Jersey don't help nobody.
Really? Isn't it a big state?
Nope. My son
Oh,
came home from jail. Now New York do a lot. New York will help
okay. Or
apartment, food
maybe New
stamps,
York.
Medicare. New Jersey, my son came home. They looked at him like, unless you
Okay.
have a kid, you can't get shit. And our low income housing isn't really low income housing. I mean, it
Yeah.
is, but it isn't. Low income housing here is you have to make to get a 1 bedroom apartment. Like one just came out released in Morristown. 1 bedroom apartment, you have to make 41. I mean, he makes way more than that. But still, for low income, 41 for one person isn't a lot of these kids, these young folks out here are not making that. And that's the minimum for low income to get into these buildings
Mhm.
in New Jersey.
So, Robin, I just looked it up. So
You
there's the New Jersey Department of Children and Families actually has programs for young adults 18,
Right, if you have kids. Right.
18 to 29 to get into housing.
Oh, you said the 29?
Oh, 18 to 29.
Yeah.
I didn't
That's
know that.
they
But
must
they
have
have
raised
they
I
have a
wasn't
lot
living
of
all those years, but I mean,
resources on here. They got like all sorts of stuff for helping you transition to adulthood. Resources for New Jersey.
I love that. Send me that. Send me that link. I'm gonna see if my granddaughter could sign up for that.
damn 29.
Cause she'll be 22.
I wish they had that back in my day.
Look up where Quanda is, Zen, Chicago.
Yeah, I think it was what the Department of Human Services.
Okay, so that's good, Aquanda. I hope that they can help him. Good
They
morning.
gonna have to shit.
You know, they can
Other-
put him in an apartment, but he still has to be responsible, right? He still has to.
Yeah, he
showing
can't act a fool. Otherwise, that's all she wrote.
I mean, but he still has to have income, right? They can
Yeah.
help him get an apartment, but he needs to start working.
Yeah, he can find any job out here. McDonald's is always hiring.
I know that's right, Johnny. Johnny said if I get in trouble, I'm calling Zen.
And Johnny, I'll be right there for you.
Right, Zen get all the information. What the hell? Oh my God. Well, Aquanda, I mean, the one thing I am glad about is that you are looking better because you looked exhausted and a little bit just out of it the last time you came on Alive. And so,
Yeah,
you know,
you were moving slow.
you were moving real slow, Aquanda, and your eyes was droopy.
Yep.
oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've been watching the live. You went live twice, I think, in the seat.
Yeah, Saturday.
Yeah. And you looked better.
You do.
So you probably needed that rest. You needed that isolation from the people in your life. The hospital was probably like a little mini vacation for your mind.
And you probably
Yeah.
needed to not worry about stuff and have people tend to what you need and
Yeah.
not you
I'm still looking
tending
for
to
the
others.
swim up bar though.
Well, I mean, just ask for that nurse to put something in your IV.
Yeah. Like,
He
I get
has
some
been.
swim up treatment. Oh, that's a good
Yeah.
point, Theo. Look for transitional housing. Well, we found one. It's the independent living. Zen even looked it up. We have it in New Jersey, and Aquanda's son is already
Yeah,
registered.
there's a bunch in Chicago area.
Okay.
They have residential and transitional living, young adult programs through Thresholds. And that one is 16 to 21-year-olds.
Okay.
Oh, okay. He got time for that too.
But
And then
it's
what happens after 21? Do they get to still stay wherever?
Well,
I guess.
hopefully they've been like had some schooling and some income, and they'll help them and more into adulthood.
Yeah. I like that.
this one
It's not
called
like I'm
Lawrence
going
Hall.
anywhere, but he needs his own spot.
This
Yeah.
one called Lawrence Hall. It's
Yeah.
Car-
Don't even mention Lawrence Hall. Been there. He been there, done that.
okay.
What's wrong with
Yeah.
Lawrence Hall?
They know him very well there.
Oh boy.
In a bad way?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, he needs to stop burning bridges because you cannot go into these programs.
And then they're literally by a bridge. Let me stop.
You can't go into these programs and act up. I mean, oh God.
Yeah, because he left Lawrence Hall back in August to go with his friend's mom in Lombard. It's a suburb. I'm sorry. To to be like kind of independent living, but it wasn't like official. Like it was just she had an extra apartment. That didn't, and up until his arrest, I heard he tore her apartment up and everything. The board, she lives in the condo, so the board, every
No,
condo
she
has
lives
a
in a
board.
co-op if there's a board.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got wind of it, and she had to give probably that unit up. And hopefully they didn't kick her out in lieu of it.
They probably did because co-ops are strict.
Yeah.
Co-ops are strict. Theo said, check out the Covenant House. Theo used to work at the Covenant House, right? Theo used to work there here in New Jersey. Most Covenant House locations have transitional housing programs that provide services for youth.
Mm-hmm. I used to do their
Did you
bike
do
rides
that?
to raise money for them.
Okay. Did you check into the Covenant House, Aquanda?
No, I'm gonna have to look, see about that between me and the caseworker to cover the house.
Yeah, the Covenant House. All right, that's a good one. Thank you, Theo, for that. Oh wait, what does it say? Most states have employment placement centers. These units are usually mistaken for unemployment offices. These centers offer jobs and trainings free for anybody. Okay, that's a good one, Pat. Employee placement centers. That's another thing, Aquanda. Maybe he wants to look into employment placement centers in Chicago where he can go get free training for jobs and stuff like that. Thank you, guys. This was very informative to help Aquanda out in her next journey because we don't want you to come out of the hospital and be stressed out with all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I got one thing out of my way with the other job.
Yeah.
And just focus on that one. They've been taking care of me. My manager said he'll stop by and bring me some food when he get off.
Somebody else's man bringing you food. I love it.
Well, he's real nice.
I'm just saying, but you got a whole man at home not
married.
even thinking about bringing you food because he's sleeping.
Yeah, he is married technically.
You can go to WorkSource out here and they'll pay for you to get your CDL. There's some programs out here in New Jersey for that too. My son didn't want his CDL. He said he wasn't comfortable driving big ass trucks. So he didn't go that route. But they do have that. They do have that goes.
But the CDL, you can be 18, right? Or 21?
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
18, right? And so he's old enough, so he should look into that too. Because if he's having trouble being stable, maybe driving a truck will be good for him. Drive his ass around.
I know he's trying to get a license. I'm like, dude, hold on. I know you don't like taking the bus and stuff, but you gotta walk before you wherever that saying goes.
Why you don't want him to get a license?
I don't mind him getting a license. That's no problem. Just everybody be careful out there. That's all I got to say.
Well, he's not going to pass the driving test unless, he can manage.
Right.
Yeah. He just likes to go quickly. Like, I'm like, take your time. I'm like, slow down.
I like to go quickly too. I go quickly everywhere.
Like Speedy Gonzalez on crack or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't usually drive below 85, so.
Yeah, as long as he know how to drive, don't worry about that. You worrying about things that you don't need to worry about. Just let him get his license. Let him grow up and be a man. Let him get his license. Let him give him these programs. You still have to guide him as a parent. I know that some parents, especially in our culture, I can't speak for other cultures because I don't really know. But at 18, Black folks are good for saying, get the fuck out. You 18, get the fuck out. I can't wait till you get 18, you grown. And I never understood how you think something changes from 17 to 18. Them motherfuckers are still trying to, clean their ass cracks.
Yeah.
I mean, biologically, a male is not an adult until 25. At least.
Oh,
I did not say my son didn't get it. He was in his mid-20s. He didn't get it.
I thought it was 21. It don't went up.
No. I'm saying biologically, the male brain is still developing up until 25.
Shit. His brain might be damn near 50. I'm a goner.
Well, that's why you gotta guide him to do what he's supposed to do.
Yes.
And listen to his mother. And stop trying to act all grown when he can't.
Yes. And I know we're telling you this, and it sounds easier than doing.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this because I've been in the space. I've done 2 jail bits. I've been in the hard-headed boy. I've been there. My son didn't listen to shit. I've cried many a days and many nights, but the one thing I did not do is give up. I was there on the heels of it all. And I was like, you gonna fucking do right before I close my eyes and sunset this earth. Right? And thank God that he did. But it took him until his mid-20s.
Well, I know.
You can't stop pushing. You gotta guide him, because let me tell you something. People just be like, fuck that. And you gotta guide him. He's lost.
And he's got to understand there's consequences to his actions or inaction.
Yeah.
So if he doesn't do something, there should be a consequence for that.
Yep.
Right? If he doesn't get a job, then he got to do something.
Yep.
So, remember I told you about when he let the guy, his buddy, in about the beer and stuff? Tell me why he let him use the shower, too.
Maybe he stunk.
I was like, you let randoms use the shower? I'm like,
I don't know, Quanda. I'm praying for you. And so first and foremost, you have to worry about yourself, your health.
Yeah.
And then secondly, you worry about your son. I don't know where Andy places for me, but next you worry about your son, and you help guide him in the right direction. Now I'm gonna tell you this.
Yeah.
If he's unguidable, you're gonna have some major decisions to make. You know what I'm saying? Because you still have to ultimately have peace. Like, I remember when my son got to the point where I wanted to give up, I tried to send him to one of them programs, them hiking programs where they have them, like, they take him to Omaha and they hike and they have these therapy sessions and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he was 17 and a half. And no program would take him. They were like, you had to call before he was almost an adult. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I was ready to send him to one of them places, like the Hills Have Eyes, where they just camp around the fire and talk about their. No, I was looking for anything, and them shits was expensive. It was thousands of dollars, but I was like, I'm willing to get him any kind of therapy I can, and maybe if he's around other people his age that have gone through shit and they're sitting around and openly having these therapy sessions, it would help. But he was I waited too late. So what I'm saying to you is research and do everything you can to try to change the dynamics of what's going on. Because ultimately, like y'all said, he might need some therapy. Oh, look at Theo be and this is what I was talking about today. This is what the topic is about, community and this Coffee with Friends platform and how you motherfuckers amaze me. Okay, because y'all come together and y'all support each other in various ways. Support is shown in so many different ways. It's not just money, right? It's communication, it's time, it's everything, right? Look what Theo just said. Theo said, I could reach out to one of my former colleagues in New York if you have questions or need information.
I
She
appreciate it,
used to
Theo.
work at the Covenant House. Okay, she was an executive HR there. So if you really serious, Aquanda, we have people on here that can help get your questions and stuff answered and probably point you in the right direction to get
Okay.
the help you need for your son.
Mm-hmm.
This is why we are here. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. So don't, if you ever say you don't know what to do, I will jump through this computer and be like this on you. I will karate chop you because we here.
Computer love.
Okay. Oh, that's a good one.
I like y'all's.
I like y'all. Yep. Now that shit.
Yeah,
Send his ass to West Virginia.
Send him down to Hillbilly.
Man, if
He'll fade him
only.
right out.
If only.
Send his ass to Hillbilly.
But I don't even know where he's what, West Virginia. What's the actual city?
West Virginia. It don't matter. It's so small.
He said don't matter, just anywhere.
Pensacola, I think it was. It was someplace.
Pensacola.
No,
Pensacola.
I know it was near Princeton once.
Oh, Princeton.
Yeah.
Near Princeton. That's what it is.
That's a boondock somewhere.
Aquanda, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, what is that? That's actually probably what he
That's
needs.
the point. It's supposed to be the boondocks.
Get him out of the shit that he's in now. That's the problem,
and
right?
the sad part, we were trying to do that. He wasn't going.
Listen, Hillbilly about to open a big water park. He will have your son blowing up rafts and floating people down the fucking river.
Hey, that's a good job too. He can.
That is a good job.
That sounds like fun.
Good job.
Ain't nothing wrong with blowing.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, let him blow some damn rafts and shit. He'll meet him a nice hillbilly woman and probably get some land up there, and he'll be a changed man.
Yeah, he'll be looking like Jethro with the string, with the
That's okay. That's okay.
Don't matter what he looks like as long as he act right.
He's like, Mama, that's Sheila. I was okay there, yeah.
That part, Deb. Oftentimes, these boys just need a strong male role model.
Aquanda, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
So I know you're sitting up here cracking jokes, but
that's our defense mechanism.
Would you rather your son talk country or act right?
I read him act right, tell you the truth.
Okay, then what does it matter how he talks? Just look, send him to where something that's going to help him, regardless of where it is.
You know what, Zen? I try, and Aquanda, this is no pun to you, but what I've noticed is you make these one-liners and these jokes. It's, to me, it masks how you really feeling. It's like it's your way of brushing off the reality.
I don't know, it's a gift and a curse at the same
time.
So
for me, when you make these one-liners and these jokes, I ignore a lot of them as if you can say it, because I feel like you try to change the dynamics of the conversation to put a light note on it, but this is serious, right?
It's deflection.
Yeah, it's deflection, and it's serious. And so I try not to really hold weight on those one-liners, but we're being serious about the help that your son needs, right? Because ultimately, you're having health issues, and your son needs guidance, and we are here taking a village position by trying to help navigate you in that space. Seriously.
I mean, shit, bring him on the show. We'll tell him.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
We'll tell him right to his face.
Exactly. What are you going to do? Hang up?
Right.
No, it's my phone.
Exactly. I'm just saying, walk away. I mean, but still, this is where it takes a village. So whatever you think you need to do, if you need him to pop on the camera and we all pop on and talk, do that. Mm-hmm. But this is not a light matter. It's not a joking matter. I've been down this road. I got another girlfriend who is afraid to go on vacation half the time with her 20-something-year-old son being home because she don't know whether he gonna be arrested. She don't know whether he gonna be out in the street and get shot. Like, people don't sleep over the raggedy behavior of their kids. And I understand what that looks like and feels like. And you know what? I wish I had, or I did have a village of people that helped me through it. I mean, even Zen helped me when he didn't even realize he was helping me. The mere fact that I had a place to land in Bordentown in between visits was a help because I'm doing a lot of driving. So to be able to stop somewhere and chill and not be judged about the situation that I was in, I appreciated that. And Zen, I probably never told you that, but that was a great help to me. You know, it was because, listen, we were co-workers, we became friends, but I had a whole situation going on and you never judged me once.
Never.
Okay,
Nope.
so we need people.
Yep.
So, Aquanda, come on now, for real, because it makes me emotional because I don't like it.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have a therapist, Aquanda?
No.
I would seek one out. Not saying, I'm not trying to be funny and say something about your mental health, but
No, I was thinking about
you
doing
need
it with someone.
someone to talk to, right? To help
Yeah.
you work through this. And when you deflect and you try to lighten the situation, it's because it's too much for you to bear at the current time. So you have to help offload some of the other shit in your head so
Yeah.
that you are able to deal with the really serious stuff when you need to.
No, I was actually thinking about talking to someone.
Don't think about it. Do it.
Shoot, I gotta see how much it costs first.
Most of them will take insurance. There are lots of free resources out there. I'm sure somebody out here in the show can also help you out.
Well, I know Walmart has a clinic.
There you
So I
go.
guess they'll go pay as you, I guess, per session. I guess that's how it goes. I
Yeah.
have to look up their, what is it, their,
Do you get benefits through work?
services. No, remember I lost those?
Oh, I didn't know because you had a couple of job changes in between, so I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the one I gave the he hold to, I lost those benefits back in April because it was a Union Health site and I wasn't there no more, so I lost it 2 weeks before my scheduled appointments with my PCP.
That's a great idea, y'all.
You see, y'all suggesting start with the chaplain at the hospital. That is a great
You
idea.
talking
The
about
hospital
the
is
Reverend?
it's a fantastic resource because they have everyone right there. There's social services, there's religious services, there's all sorts of organizations that are connected to hospitals. So while you're there, leverage that.
We'll see. I'm just trying to get
Girl,
out
make
of
it a
here.
priority, not this we'll see bullshit. No, I'm not having it. Don't make me come out there. I will.
You're not coming out no Chicago for me.
See, why would you think that, Wanda?
It's too far.
Listen, let me tell
Girl,
you.
I drove out to Michigan to pick up a dog.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, for real. That I named Michigan, by the way.
Oh, Lord.
Isn't Michigan the one that used to hit me with his tail?
Yes, he was really
Heavy
big.
ass tail. I used to get beat.
His head was like twice the size of Robin.
Yeah, his head was big. He used to squeeze it in between my legs, beat me with his tail. Aquanda, let me say this. When I had my hysterectomy and I ended back up in the hospital and I was depressed, I laid in that hospital bed. I was depressed. They sent a social worker in on me. They did. Because I was just laying there with my eyes open and I was like, what the fuck is going on? I started to cry. They sent a social worker in. They were like, no, we're going to send somebody in for you to talk to someone. Right. And they did. They sent someone in there to talk to me. And I want to say, I wouldn't have thought about giving you that advice, but y'all, thank you so much because while you're in the hospital, you can say to your nurse or someone, you know what, is there therapy or in the hospital or someone can I get a social worker to come in and talk to me about some things? They will talk to you and they will figure out what services you need.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I did it when I was in the hospital. Listen, they said I was scared to come home. I kept asking to stay in the hospital because I didn't want to come home with all the shit that they had connected to me. They said that they had the social workers in my face. They sent me home with nurse care. They made sure that my mental capacities was there. Like they will make sure, you know? So it's a
Yeah.
good idea. It's a good idea.
What hospital are you in?
Gottlieb.
Oh yeah, I showed it. It's Gottlieb Hospital in Melrose.
Like Gottlieb Memorial.
Room 555. Melrose Park, Illinois. Yeah. So Johnny said you can't continue to make light of everything. Sometimes you got to sit in it and deal with it so you can take the sting out of it and take the power away from it. Yeah. Theo said every hospital has a spiritual team. Also, most states have free services for mental health. Yes, Theo. Now, remember, Theo's a life coach. I
Mhm.
will reach out to one of my therapist friends to get some recommendations. Oh my God. I can't. And Aquanda, if you don't take none of this, I'm going to be disappointed. Because, see, this is what I'm talking about. This was the topic of the show today, Coffee with Friends being a community. Because what I experienced this weekend, right, is powerful. Like the way we are showing up, for each other is amazing. All right. And we continue to show up for each other. You
Mhm.
understand? So
Mhm.
Aquanda, Theo is indicating right here that she will reach out to her therapist friend to get some recommendations. Now, when she gives you these recommendations, please know that what we're doing here, we're doing it because we love you. We care for you. You are a part of this community, right? And this is what it looks like when we say it takes a village to take care of each other. People need people, right?
Yeah.
So leverage the resources we are giving you.
You're part of the family.
Yeah. Oh, that's another one. Job Corp wouldn't take my son. They were like,
Been there, done that.
they were like,
Been there, done that one.
Oh, they wouldn't take yours either?
He tried it, then he fucked it up.
Oh, he fucked it up.
I didn't know they
On
still had
purpose?
job
Still
for her
got
at the
Job
time.
Corp.
Huh?
Did he throw you out?
They, I guess he must have did something or disrespected them somehow. Because it's from 16 to 24, right?
Yeah.
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 So
All right.
there was like,
You
yeah.
should find out what happened there.
Yeah, I want to know what happened because Job Corp don't normally just put you out.
It was that, and then there was like a out of state one. I think it was one like you said in Michigan. There was a facility out there, but he was worried that they were gonna drug him down and whatnot. I'm like, that wasn't the case.
He was worried they were going to drug him down. It just sounded like he didn't want to go to me.
No, he just didn't want to go. He didn't want to be away from the
It's not
family.
that,
I'm
it's
like,
not that
dude,
they
I'm
messed
like,
up.
Michigan's not far away.
Are they okay? Is your neighbor okay?
I'm sorry, guys. So I got a room shared. I'm gonna
I know,
go.
but is she okay?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, is she all right?
I'll still be watching.
Oh, she
All
can.
right.
Okay. I don't know. Something going on there. All right.
Yeah.
Every hospital. Oh, I read that. Oh my God. The hospital has social workers that will assist you. They helped when my dad was hospitalized years ago. They will provide you with resources. Okay, so Theo, I hope and pray that that she reaches out and get these resources. But I'm kind of glad this conversation happened today because the topic of the show was actually what a community, what does it look like to you? And I think this is what it looks like. That's what I think. I think this is what it looks like, right? Us loving up on each other, us going through whatever it is and supporting each other through it. That's what a community looks like, right? And I just, I can't thank y'all enough for supporting and being there for one another, right? Some of you guys have not even met each other up close and personal, but still, you know, y'all are just there. And I want to say that this is what a community looks like. And being there this weekend and supporting Johnny and meeting Cheryl Lee, it's just beautiful how we all come together and sleeping in Brandy's house. I mean, I met Brandy physically twice when I've gone to Baltimore before. I still met Brandy through my show, but Brandy supported my first Coffee with Friends event by driving up from Baltimore, her and another woman, Shamika, and they drove and sat in traffic for 3 hours and still came to my event here in New Jersey. And so I just want to say that I this is what community looks like for me. We're truly building something here, and I'm almost glad it's not 100 eyeballs, because I don't think it would have the same premise. But I do think that anybody that comes into the fold at this point, we have already created the environment. We have created what this is, so anybody coming in, they would know right away if they fit or they didn't, right? Because we have a foundation here, and I'm happy about that, right? And so I appreciate all of you guys who jumped in, to provide support for Aquanda, because we love her, right? And again, even though, sometimes it seems like we are harsh with our advice and our opinions, it reminds me of when I was young and my mother would be like, I'm punishing you because I love you. And I used to be like, what? That's weird. You love me, but you're punishing me, right? And so sometimes when we sound harsh on here, it's not because we're being mean. It's because we care enough that it obviously is affecting us, because we want to see better for you. So it's like we're getting excited about it and we're pushing it on you because we want to see better for you. That's what I think. That's why I do it. Okay. And so I hope that Aquanda taps into those resources. It looks like I'm gonna have to read the positive thought on my way out, but I want to say, Deb said, I have so much respect for parents. Your job is literally never done. Sending all the parents love today. It isn't. Being a parent is a hard fucking job. And I'm gonna tell you, if I had my son at an older age, I probably would have had 2 kids, because I swear maybe they would have balanced each other out, because both of them couldn't have been crazy. I don't even want to think I could have had 2 crazy kids. But, on the other note, I'm fucking glad I only got 1. I swear, because that little motherfucker, I thought I was going to die. But we made it.
You did.
We fucking made it. And so I had support. And so I want Aquanda to have support. And the funny thing is, I had support from non-family members. I had friends, some family members, but more friends. Like, I remember calling, I told y'all the stories, calling friends in the middle of the night. I need $2,000. I got to bail my son. They wake the fuck up.
But you know what? You weren't too proud to ask for help.
I had to, Zen.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people got to stop looking at asking for help as a weakness or something that they need to do on their own. Stop being so proud. Humble yourself. Ask for help when you can't do all. And you did that. And now Aquanda needs to learn that.
Yeah. I still need to learn to ask for help for myself. But when it came to my son, I was scared. And I felt like I was failing as a mother. And it became about me at some point. And I was like, I can't fail as a mother. Right? It did. I'm being honest. It was, at one point I was like, oh my God, like, how the fuck people gonna be like, that's why you shouldn't have had a kid at 16. And so all of that was weighing on my mind. But then when I started to forget about how other people felt and how they would judge me, I was like, fuck that. I need help. The fuck? And I got it. I got the support I needed for the most part. And where I didn't get the support, it was okay. It was okay. I survived through it. But through my experiences, when I hear other people talk about their kids, I just want people to know, when your kids are 18, that don't mean
they're grown.
It don't. It don't, y'all. Y'all need to stop this shit. They still need guidance. They do, and they need a lot of it. Okay.
Mhm.
And so, quickly before we end the show, did y'all hear about that daycare? I need to bring it here because the daycare center in the Bronx is all over the news. 3 kids were overdosed.
Hmm?
The
With what?
overdosed fentanyl.
Ugh.
The people, the workers had drugs in the facility. A bunch of fucking drugs, and 3 kids ingested these drugs. And they use Narcan. Is that how you say it, to
Yeah.
try to reverse the overdose?
Yep.
Overdose.
Bring
Okay,
back.
so they used Narcan on the 3 kids that was suffering the overdose, and 1 kid didn't make it. It was the 1-year-old. I want to say this shit. This is what the fuck I be saying when I be like, it's hard on parents when they got to put their kids in these fucking daycare centers, right? You got to fucking put your kid in these daycare centers and 3 kids are dead off of drugs because the workers. So between them touching your kids' private parts and kids having to be exposed to drugs, I just want to say this, parents, please vet, do the best you can and vet these daycare centers. Unfortunately, for those that are on low income, they go to the resources of the city and they get these daycare services that are free. Maybe these people in there don't get paid a lot of money, so maybe they're not, because everybody can't afford the learning center, which is $1,200 a month to put your little kid in, right? Everybody can't afford what is it called?
Goddard schools, yeah.
Goddard schools, a Catholic preschool daycare. They're like $1,500 a month. Everybody can't afford that. And so they go to resources where they get discounted daycare, or some people go get daycare for their kids for free. I know people don't have choices, right? But do the best you can and vet these daycare services out, because baby, a 1-year-old is not going to be able to explain that there's drugs in there. A 2-year-old and a 3-year-old is not going to be able to tell you. All right. And so that was in the Bronx, which is very scary. And so I just wanted to talk about that because, people having children and putting their kids in daycare is very scary out here. All right. And so I'm going to go ahead and read the positive thought because we still need that. It was kind of a heavy morning this morning. And September is the month of trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
let me just make one comment before you read.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm looking at the picture that's on your background here, and I went in Discord so I could see it.
Yeah.
I love this. I love all the pictures. And Johnny Leon Hill, I am so proud of you, dude. I think, I wish I could have been there. But this woman that is over here on the far left in that striped jumper.
In a striped jumper. Wait, let me
go on Discord, see it later. She got a stripe. Look, it's like either a pantsuit or a jumpsuit. I don't know which. She got like a blonde.
That must be the day Cheryl went. She just posted that?
Yes. Well, you were there.
No, Cheryl Lee went back. Oh, you're talking about Cheryl Lee on the end.
No, on the left side.
Oh, behind us. Okay, we don't know who she is. Yeah.
No, but that outfit's hot.
Her outfit is hot. Yep. Yes,
okay,
it is.
Anyway, go ahead.
Yes. All right. Now I know. Now I can see it now from this picture. All right, got it. Yeah. Yes, it was a wonderful weekend, and there was a lot of hot outfits in there. People were dressed. They were dressed real cute for the performance. And yes, Johnny looked good. Now on the left is Avia, right? Our travel agent who they tried to pick up. The husband and wife tried to take her home last night. I mean, yeah, it was last night, right? Damn, time is flying. No, night before last, Saturday night. They tried to take her home. They wanted to sleep with her. Yeah, he was really serious. Him and his wife was dancing, and Cheryl Lee could tell you, it took him, she put it in Discord, it took him 15 minutes. He was staring at Avia the whole time. Finally, he came over to talk to her, and she was like, isn't your wife over there? He said, I think your wife wants you more than me. True story. Who's on here? Brandy, Cheryl Lee, Johnny, you were there. And when we left the club, well, Johnny left before us, but when we left the club, the man came running outside. He was like, oh, where you going? Me and my wife. I said, your wife sent you out here for her? What's going on? He was like, yes, we're interested. He said he's from Africa, and he's what they call it, Pan-African. I don't know, where they have the culture of having other female partners in their relationships or whatever. He was explaining it to us, right? And I said to him, I said, listen, I don't care what you do, but I respect you. The fact that your wife is open to it, you came out here, you shopping out here, I respect that. At least you're not going behind your wife's back, right? Y'all are both in it together. Whatever people do with their sex life is their business, but he really wanted her. And I loved it. You know, I instigated the whole shit. Yes, that's what we were talking about. It's the daycare center. Did y'all hear about the daycare fiasco with the baby this weekend? Is that the one I'm talking about in the Bronx with the overdose? That's true, Val. A closed mouth don't get fed. Okay, closed mouth don't get fed. Aquanda, the play was wonderful. So September 18th, I experienced and expressed the power of trust because if I ask the right questions, this message is for us today. If I ask the right questions, I will get the information I need. Aquanda. If you ask the wrong question, you will not get the information you need. Nowhere is this more true than in our relationships. Rather than asking, why doesn't he do this or she do this or that? It may be more beneficial to ask, what is it that I am to do? Masculine energy represents mind. Men, do you trust your ideas? Well, men, do you? Do you believe that the ideas you receive come from the divine source? Do you know that once you receive an idea, everything you need to manifest the idea is provided to you? Are you afraid to ask for what you need? Do you trust yourself with your divinity? Feminine energy represents the heart. Women, do you trust yourself to be loving and capable teacher? Are you aware that everyone who comes into your life is your student? Do you know that as you teach your students, you learn what you need to know? Do you know that you are beautiful? Do you understand that beauty is a divine quality that you possess? Do you trust yourself with your divinity? Until we can answer these questions, we will not experience the bounty of loving families, thriving communities, and a peaceful world. Our ability to ask ourselves these questions is an act of faith. Our ability to know and act upon the answers is a function of trust. Until today, you may have had distorted ideas about your purpose and function in life and in relationships. Just for today, take the time to consider some questions that you may not have asked yourself. Today, I am devoted to asking the right questions about myself and my purpose. What questions do you ask yourself? Or what questions should you ask yourself? Right? Do you trust yourself? This was interesting because, baby, I sometimes second guess the things that come across my mind, right? Do you trust yourself and your divinity? Do you trust your ideas? Do you ever come up with an idea and you're like, nah, I can't do it. It's too much, right? Sometimes we get overwhelmed. Thank you, protagonist. Sometimes we get overwhelmed with the things that we want to do. And sometimes we talk ourselves out of it because we don't trust our own divinity. That's what it says here, right? But I wouldn't have said it that way before I read this. I'd have been like, I'm just scared. I'm scared. I'm scared of failure. I'm scared to do it. What if I lose my money? What if this happens? What if that happens? All of that is questioning my divinity, questioning my ability to make things happen that I want to happen, right? We have to build more trust in ourselves to be able to move forward with the things that we want to do in life. And I'm talking to me, right? Because the first thing I'll say is I'm scared. and it'll stop me for a minute, but then eventually I'll roll through it. Like getting on the train without shitting my guts out, it, that was progress for me. I said a year or so ago on this platform that I'm gonna start traveling by myself and doing things by myself. And what that means is that buy a ticket, go to Johnny's Play, whether somebody is going with me or not. And I did that. Fortunately for me, Brandy went, Cheryl Lee came, Avia went, but I was going anyway. That's progress. And that's attributed to this show and everything that we've unpacked over the years here. And I feel like everything that I said that I want to do is happening right before me, right? It's happening slowly. And I'm enjoying the journey, the growth of it all. And I wish that for all of you. And this is what community looks like, because you guys are helping me navigate through a lot of that. Committing to go to cities and visit people, that's traveling by myself. Right? With hopes that other people are bandwagon and join in. But I'm still going. And that's progress. And it brings me joy. And you know what? I am so happy in my life. That doesn't mean that I don't have issues and problems, but I find that I'm at a happy place. Like I can literally smile, even though I have other things going on in my life. I feel a peace. And I thank y'all for that. I do. Right? Because I know when I'm having a bad day, I got y'all motherfuckers, because I'm going to harass y'all on Discord. I'm going to talk about this shit here on the show, and y'all motherfuckers going to help me. It is nothing more comforting than knowing I'm safe. Thank you. That's it, and that's all. Okay? I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's beautiful. Right? Just this weekend, when I came back from Maryland, I went to brunch, like I said, at Skinny Cantinas in the city. And that's with Kia, my girlfriend, that I've been friends with her for 17 years. Our friendship started because she was my son's girlfriend. And now I'm like, I'm not even going to introduce you as my son's ex, because we have our own relationship. We've been hanging for 17 years. And, you know, she has her own podcast. And let me tell you something. She does events. She's the one that's going to start the book club with the Michael Baisden thing. And she does this ladies brunch thing every couple of weeks where she picks a place and just ladies go and have brunch and meet new people and mingle and get to know each other. And I love that, because she's building a community too. This is what we need. We need more and more of that in our community. Mm-hmm. Right? People just getting together and being together and having a good time. Not women getting there and rolling their eyes at each other and looking at the next person going, she thinks she cute. I hope she thinks she cute. Right? And I love it. No jealousy, no weird stares, no, your hot outfit, she thinks she cute versus the next person. Everybody was just there to have a great time. And so I love seeing it. And I hope that more and more people are feeding into the community perspective, the village perspective, because we fucking need it. All right. And with that, Johnny, any more plays coming up, let us know so that we can support you. I know Round Apple is traveling around. They're going to be in the Carolinas next. Oh, Theo, they're coming to the Carolinas. So maybe you could pop in and see the show when they come over there. Theo, I think she hung up already, but yeah, Johnny, listen, if you are going to be in the show in the Carolinas, please make sure you advertise that shit here so that those that are in the Carolinas or near the Carolinas, that's a part of Coffee with Friends, they might participate in going to the show. All right, so make sure. And I want to say, baby, the actors on this show, Darren Henson from Soul Food. He's been in a lot of other stuff, but Soul Food is like the thing that, you know, I know him from. He was so nice, him and his wife. He was so nice. He was shorter than I thought, but he was so He was. You know, everybody on TV looked tall. Like Wesley Snipes was short too. And so he was shorter than I expected. But he was nice. Dorian Wilson. Now, this Michael J. Patterson, I didn't know him, but he was really nice. I don't know if he played in anything before. But Dorian, y'all all know him as Mr. Ogilvy. He was good. They were all very friendly. All right. And so again, Johnny, congratulations to you, and continue to break a leg on that stage. I don't know why they say break a leg is a good thing, but okay. They say break a leg. I don't know why that's a good thing. Where did that come from? How did that start? It seems so harsh. Break a leg.
You got questions.
I got questions. Like, why the fuck is that? Because I did ask him. I said, Johnny, break a leg. Is that it? He said, yep. And I'm like, why is that a good thing? But okay. It is what it is. But anyway, y'all, I'm out Tuesday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, right? Tuesday and Wednesday, I'm going into the office. So I will not be here because Thursday I'm taking off, but I will be on Thursday. Right now, it's going to be a short show on Thursday because I got to go get my locks, and I think my appointment is at 9 a.m.
Mm.
For me, y'all, because I don't know what the fuck this head gonna look like. Because I'm used to Lion King, and I'm going from Lion King to I don't know the fuck.
It's gonna look sharp.
Not when you first start out, Zen. It'd be
It's
like
gonna look sharp.
Cause baby, I need to stop wearing this weave. I've been living in this weave for almost 2 years, I feel like. I take my hair out for like 2 weeks and I'm back in the shit again. And so I need to do something where I can wear my own hair out and still be able to work out and exercise without it feeling like a lot. Right? And so wish me luck, y'all. Y'all will be one of the first people to see it after the salon. The fuck? Okay? After the salon. But anyway, y'all, I'm out. I'm gonna send y'all out with the positive vibes because I love y'all. Today was deep, y'all, and I do appreciate you guys jumping in and helping Aquanda through this, because this is what true support looks like, you know, because even when you feel low, you can still,
even when you feel low, you can still go.
and you can.
Even when you feel slow, you can still go.
You can.
Even when there's no hope, you can still go.
Yes.
I never answer to no, man, I still go.
And I don't. This is Coffee with Friends, and I'm Lord to the bone. Happy Monday, y'all. Move with peace and love. Get this message on the way out. Hey, what? Hustle hard. Hey. Have a good day, everybody. I've been doing shit my way on the highway. What? Come on. What? Anything you want, anything you need. Follow me, y'all. With the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. What? Come on. Hey, we are building something here. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Have a nice day, y'all. Peace and love. I'm out. Hey.